Hey guys, how's it going? I know y'all can't hear this, but
We'll be right back.
let me see if I can get this together.
Any minute now, don't worry.
Audio. Let me know if you can hear the YouTube. Properties, speakers, what it should be. They're not saying anything right now. But let me see if I can rewind it. So can y'all hear that?
But even if you have one of these computers, the chance of winning is very small. So most miners pool their resources.
Let me know if y'all can hear that, guys.
Computing power, and then if one of them wins, they share the reward. They just hold mine. So, mining exists to solve the double spend problem and to bring new currency in circulation. And anyone can become a miner, but you do.
No, y'all can't hear it.
You need a special computer, and you would need to join the mining pool.
You're hearing it from my mic.
Facts on mining. Of course, there's much more in his very excellent book, The Genesis Book, with the story of the people and projects that inspired Bitcoin. You can find that at bitcoinmagazine.com. Bitcoinmagazine.com. Books on sale right now. We're going to go backstage now to our
about now?
another
Can y'all
roving
hear that now?
reporter, Isabella Santos, backstage with investor Bill. Now to our
How about now? Can y'all hear that now?
reporter, Isabella Santos.
Okay, I think you can hear it now.
All right, Bill. So how do you...
Are they talking?
President Donald J. Trump. But before then, we have a quick announcement. I would like to tell you all, first of all,
To be joined by the 45th
To announce today.
I think it's important to set your expectations properly, but also I think most people are greatly underappreciating what's about to happen next. I think this is is going to be a momentous occasion for humanity, not just Bitcoin, and people will look back in history and be like, this was the moment that nation state FOMO really began.
And you've been here for historic moments. Bitcoin 2021, obviously El Salvador adopting a Bitcoin standard. Take us into that moment and how it might compare to what we're about to see.
I mean, it's absolutely insane when you look back on it that we were excited about President Bukele of El Salvador, a country of 6 million people, adopting Bitcoin just 3 years ago. And today we have the former president of the United States, the likely future president of the United States, who seems incredibly optimistic about Bitcoin and understands that Bitcoin is American at its core, and it can fuel the next great century of American success.
Well, of course, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., independent candidate, speaking yesterday, setting a high bar for the former president. I'll read some of his proposed executive orders. I will direct the U.S. Treasury to purchase 550 Bitcoin daily, more than the circulating supply, until the U.S. has built a strategic reserve of 4 million Bitcoin. His proposal, transfer 200,000 Bitcoin held by the U.S. government to the U.S. Treasury, and signing an executive order to remove some of the IRS restrictions on the spending of Bitcoin. When you think about how this could be topped, what might we be seeing from Donald J. Trump? Does he take these policy proposals? Do we hear this on stage in minutes?
I think it's important. It's important that there is a lot of respect here for presidential candidate RFK. But it is different when it comes from the likely presidential candidate.
Bitcoin's going down.
Likely president of the United States, next president of the United States. So I think it's important to take that into context. I also think it's important to realize that every individual, every company, every government, their goal long term will be to accumulate as much Bitcoin as possible. The question is, when do they realize that? And the sooner you realize that, the better you do under a Bitcoin standard.
Let me know.
Well, I know you have friends and family here. What are they expecting from Donald J. Trump today? How are they looking at this moment? Has this made your career, your Bitcoin?
And right now they're saying he's going to talk right now. So
I mean, to me, Bitcoin is more than a career. You know, it's a lifestyle. But this, I am proud to say that this is my parents' first Bitcoin conference.
Wow,
which is pretty crazy. You know, I am proud to say that this is my parents' first Bitcoin conference.
Wow,
which is pretty crazy. You know, I am proud to say that this is my parents.
It's a big introduction, and of
Y'all are
course,
getting a little
election
bit of an echo, and
2024
that's 'cause my
coming
mic's
to
picking it
Bitcoin
up.
2024. We're talking right now about the expectations for Donald J. Trump about to go live on stage. Obviously, this is unprecedented. A little bit over time here. We're waiting for the president to arrive. Maybe some last-minute speech revisions, but still, the expectations are high, I think, for a strategic Bitcoin reserve. We keep hearing this phrase. What do we think about this idea, and why are Bitcoiners excited about the U.S. government holding Bitcoin?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's particularly important when we reflect on RFK's speech that
right
is
now,
the
a bunch of the
likely
coins
expectation
are
is a strategic
coming down
Bitcoin
in
reserve.
past
I think
hour.
I think that makes
We'll see
complete
what
sense
happens.
for America.
That's why it's so
we
tricky
want to
too.
accumulate
You think they'd be
the
bullish,
hardest asset that has ever
but
existed.
maybe the market
I think
makers
that's
are
better for the
having
country. I think it's better
everything
for
come
American
down,
citizens.
everything come down before possibly going up. We'll see.
Unlikely to be announced here. I do not expect
Okay.
that. I'm not. That would be amazing.
Insider information.
This is not insider information. I would.
The 45th president of the United States to take the stage. I want to read through some of his quotes. 2019, his introduction to Bitcoin, his first remarks, quote, "Bitcoin just seems like a scam. I don't like it because it's competing against the dollar. I want the dollar to be the currency of the world." The reversal, obviously the positivity now. What are your thoughts thinking back about some of these statements, given what we're about to see, Matt?
It's just amazing how much can change in 6 months, and I just think it's important for everyone to just stay humble out there and realize the world can change faster than you expect it to. But it is just amazing. It is amazing to witness and be a part of, and I'm just really excited to hear what the president says.
Well, certainly some people expecting hard policy, maybe Donald Trump laying out a vision for America and Bitcoin. I'll go through some of his other statements, and the reversal really beginning in May of this year, right? We saw there was a private fundraiser. He said that Biden is against it. Biden doesn't even know what it is. He has no idea. Gensler is against it. The Democrats are against it. I'm fine with it. If you like crypto, you better vote for Trump. What was your thoughts when you heard that just months ago that Donald Trump had reversed his ideas about Bitcoin?
I was cautiously optimistic and very skeptical, and I feel like today changes that, but we'll see.
And we've seen some policy advances.
And while we're waiting, if y'all want me to do a coin, let me know. But I'm going to be going over a bunch of coins. I'm going to be going over a bunch of coins. Just kind of like a review of all the stuff that we've done already. I'm going to go over Bitcoin, of course. Matter of fact, let's go over Bitcoin right now, since we're just waiting. So this is on the 4-hour time frame. And right now they're just waiting. So on the 4-hour time frame, I'm bringing it up on the main screen. Oh, those are my keywords. That's for my keywords. Okay, 1 second. All right. So right now we're looking at Bitcoin, and this is on the 4-hour time frame. You can see that it's, come down, it's come up. It's looking like it really wants to go to our resistance zone between 69 and 71. It's really trying. I thought for sure we were going to get rejected right here. I got too many lines here. Oh, that was a zone. So let's go to this, and let's do this. I thought it was going to get rejected right at 68.2. It got rejected here, multiple times. This is a really nice key level. And I thought it was going to get rejected. And so I actually entered a short somewhere around this area. I forget where it was at. And then, of course, it went up. And then now it's coming down. So we'll see what happens. But as it was coming up, it's like, man, like more than likely it's going to hit this level. 69, 71, but I think my liquidation was like right around 70. But anyway, this is our zone that we have, and let's see what happens. Let's come back over here. So it's just commercials. Let's go back to the 5-minute time frame. It's back on. And right now I have the other channel muted. Trying to get all this squared away. So we'll see. Dylan. What's up, Dylan? What's going on, man? Let's see here. Bitcoin 2024. Bank your Bitcoin.
So, what is money and how does it get back? Paper money has value because someone says so. Bitcoin is different. It's like digital gold. It has value for many of the reasons gold does, but that's only the start. It has a limited supply, only 21 million, so no one can decide to just print more. Because no central authority controls it, it can never be shut down. And unlike with banks and credit card companies, you don't need approval to use it. It puts the power back in all our hands.
Bitcoin lets you control your finances. Kraken lets you buy Bitcoin. Kraken, see what crypto can be.
Welcome back to the Mara News Desk powered by Bitcoin Magazine. I'm Pete Rizzo, editor at Bitcoin Magazine. We are minutes away from the main event at Bitcoin 2024 in Nashville, Tennessee. People are lined up around the venue to see Donald J. Trump, and we've got some news to break on the desk right now. We've been told that a special guest is on his or her way to the venue. We don't know, and that's the source of this delay. And again, waiting for Donald J. Trump, former president, to take the stage. With me, a packed panel to keep your attention wrapped as we wait. We've got Matt Odell, founder of 1031 Ventures, longtime Bitcoin advocate, and Christian Carolus of the Human Rights Foundation. Guys, what are you feeling right now? History might be made. It's delayed. Christian, you're on the stage.
Oh, man, the anticipation is real. The anxiety and energy is in the air. I don't really know what to think, but I can't think of someone delaying Donald Trump other than a huge guest. Huge guest.
Yeah, special guest. I'm not sure we can say more, but maybe potential history and maybe the internet will be broken, if we can call back to that. Obviously, we're talking about what policy proposals we might see from Trump. We've covered RFK's bold initiative yesterday. CK, maybe we can cut in there and just get your perspective. What can Donald Trump say on the stage to get Bitcoiners excited out in the polls in November?
Well, you know what? We talked about this earlier. Freeing Ross is an imperative. Second is protecting Bitcoin privacy, and a strategic reserve would be a very, very nice campaign promise. Going back to RFK, he pretty much gave Bitcoiners everything they could have asked for in terms of campaign promises. No one is bullish enough on these massive campaign promises for Bitcoiners. And I think one that went a little underreported but is absolutely huge is the potential of removing capital gains tax from Bitcoin's transactions. That has been a big thing that is hampering Bitcoin's use as day-to-day currency. And it's something that's really important because Bitcoin stacks both extremely well as a store of value as well as a medium of exchange. It's just that the current regulatory environment is very, very prohibitive of doing that.
We've been reading through some of President Trump's past statements, going all the way to his 2019 rejection of Bitcoin through his recent reversal. Want to highlight some of the remarks from July that have maybe flown under the radar, maybe taking us into a window of what he might be saying on stage, what he's thinking about how.
All right, so I muted the other one. This is just a bunch of noise, really. All right, so Ethereum, USD, this is on Coinbase right now. Pretty much following. Is it following? I'm trying to see if it's following Bitcoin. It likes to follow Bitcoin. Not too much. Okay. So right now, Bitcoin is coming up. But for Ethereum, this is on base, on Coinbase. So, of course, we had our high, we had our lower high, possibly lower high. So right now, it's looking, I was going to say it's looking kind of weak, but I wouldn't count this one out unless it passes this zone between 29 and 28. We have a little zone right here. So if it does break below this, then, of course, this will be a nice time to short. Now, for it to be bullish, and right now it's kind of hard to say, too. It's underneath this resistance. It really depends on what Bitcoin's going to do right now. If it's going to go up. Let's see, if I had to flip a quarter, though, or coin. No. I was going to try to guess, but I really can't guess right now. So this is what I would do. I would set an alert right here to see if possibly, the alert goes off. 4-hour candle closes above 35.36. If it closes above this level on the 4-hour time frame, then it's good to go. And then of course our next level is right here at 38. But right now it's not looking strong. But a bunch of these coins are like this right now. Just double check. Okay. Yeah, they're still talking. A bunch of the coins are like this right now. So this is how I'm looking at the momentum. Came up, came down, came up, lower, came down, came up, lower, came down, possibly come up lower, and then coming down. Now, this would be good for everybody who's in crypto, because, of course, we're eventually going to stop going down. Eventually, we're going to start going up. And if we can get it at a better discount price, then great. We're looking now, man, before I was looking for July. Now we're looking at September. So July's literally almost over. So we have one more month, guys. One more month. And then it should potentially start getting better. But this is what I see. I see it just the momentum getting weak. What do the moving averages say? Let's get this out of the way. Moving averages, let's see here. Right now, the price action, it's fighting above the 200 SMA. It's fighting above it. It almost started closing underneath it, but then it started picking back up. So the 200 is coming up. And all this is, it's not a magnet. It's just the average of the candle body closes. So that's all that is. So the average is right here. So it's right on the average. Of course, we do have this higher. This current low is higher. What else do we see? Nothing really too much. Really strong resistance right at 35.36. Man, I hate saying this. I keep on thinking it, but I think it's going to do this number. Come down, possibly come back up, get rejected, come down, possibly come up, come down into this zone again. And then here we have to see what's going to happen. Is it going to come down, or is it going to bounce? And then, of course, it would need to break this level in order for us to enter, if we're going long. So it would be this level right here. So this is what I'm thinking as far as this goes. So right now, it's, even though on the 4-hour it's underneath the 200 SMA, I think it's going to come down. Yeah, that's my thoughts. Let's see here. We did that one. Any others while we're waiting? Any others while we're waiting? Bitcoin's coming up. Bitcoin is coming up. See what they're saying.
Humble and stack sats as hard as possible.
Well, of course, the script is out the window here. We're 20 minutes over from when Donald J. Trump was supposed to take the stage. We're told we're minutes away and that a special guest is on the way. We're talking now about Michael Saylor's bold vision for Bitcoin, his insane price predictions. I think the reaction from the chat, obviously bullish. Are these price predictions insane, Christian?
Well, you know, I am on the record for saying that Bitcoin is likely a paradigm shift in value. I think that it is a better system for communicating and making economic decisions. And therefore, if you divide all the value on the planet by 21 million coins, that is not enough, because it is a better system. It actually makes infinity bigger. I think Matt alluded to that. As human beings continue to flourish, infinity will get bigger. And to be honest, there is no prediction on a long enough time horizon that is bullish enough. I don't think any of us can actually be bullish enough. Our monkey brains are just not smart enough to see the new paradigm.
Monkey brains here waiting for Donald J. Trump to take the stage. Expectations high for special guests. Of course, the chat's roving right now with expectations of who might come out. We don't know, of course. We're waiting to hear, but we know Donald J. Trump is here, that he will be speaking. We're now talking about Michael Saylor and his price predictions for Bitcoin. We're going to take it to a short series of ads. A word from our sponsor. We'll be right back. History is moments away at Bitcoin 2024. Stay with us.
And another ad by Michael Saylor. We're literally watching history in the making. Literally.
The Bitcoin Conference. We started with a dream to build a community focused on Bitcoin. It all started in 2019 in the heart of San Francisco, the first major Bitcoin conference in years that kickstarted a revolution. And then Miami, a place where enthusiasts, developers, dreamers, and innovators could come together to make Bitcoin better. It has been an amazing 5 years and 8 conferences, thanks to all of you. Bitcoin Conference has become the largest premier global Bitcoin gathering in the world, leading hyper-Bitcoinization. While Miami was incredible, it was time to set the stage for Bitcoin in a new city. So we took the conference on the road. Nashville, Tennessee was the obvious choice, a city known for music and freedom. Next year, the conference is hitting the road again in search of the local stage. We are headed to a new city next year. With hyper-Bitcoinization right around the corner, we have no plans to take the foot off the gas. Find out where we are headed next. Scan the QR code and be at the main stage for the big announcement.
Anyone can be a part of the Bitcoin economy. It's like a good church. Because it's an ethical ideology, there are many people that feel very spiritual about it.
I think that Bitcoin has those characteristics to be not just the most Islamic form of money, but the most Jewish and the most Christian form of money as well.
Bitcoin is just another step in the technological development of how we can serve God better.
It is trying to remove politics from money. Bitcoin can make the world a better place.
And literally, I'm thinking about having this on the small screen and just start doing charts, because it's taking forever. We're already, I don't even know how many. Oh, what happened? Am I still streaming? I don't know what just happened. I think I'm still streaming. Come on, man. It's taking forever. I know once I get it all set up for the charts, this thing's going to go. Isn't that always the way? Like, as soon as you sell, it goes up. And then whenever you change stuff, it's like, it. Come on, let's go.
Bitcoin Magazine, the main event of Bitcoin 2024. Minutes away, but delayed. If you're just tuning in on the stream, we're waiting for Donald J. Trump to take the stage of the Bitcoin conference with a special guest who is on his way. Obviously, no more to say on that, but a great panel who is going to kind of continue to talk about what we might see from the former and possibly future presidents of my left. Matt Odell, founder of 1031 Ventures, Christian Carolus of the Human Rights Foundation, and P, podcaster extraordinaire, joining us. P, take us into the reality. What's the sentiment on the floor right now?
I mean, it is electric. People are excited. They're ecstatic. They cannot wait to hear what is going to happen on stage in a few minutes.
Well, we've been talking about these three words that have the world's imagination: strategic Bitcoin reserves. The expectations are...
All right. So I have it in the background.
Gains on purchase transactions, stockpiling 4 million.
And I have it muted. So let's just go and get started. We already wasted too much time. So we went over Bitcoin. And let me go ahead and adjust this window too. All right. So we went over Bitcoin. Let's see. We went over Ethereum. And now, so Bitcoin is still actually coming up. It surprised me. I thought for sure it was going to break below 68 and come down here and start doing a bearish retest and start coming down. But this is right here is when they mentioned Michael Saylor, and they start coming up. So we'll see. Let's go over some other charts that we've kind of looked at. GME, not looking too good. It's breaking below our level of 24.72. NVIDIA, still looking nice. You know, we had this high, lower high. We did create another lower high. I do expect it to come down here around 99.17, possibly before it goes up. Then gold. We do have gold here. This is on the 4-hour time frame. And let's see here. We do have, some people can say this a shoulder, a head, a shoulder. The measured move would be way down here. Now, great opportunities to enter this coin would be right at 23.32 and also have a lower bid or entry at 22.95 for gold. Now, if it does break above this level of 23.97, we have this really strong resistance level right here. So I would personally wait. I'd wait to see if it is in fact going to break above this level. If so, then we can enter the trade. So if it does something like this, where the price comes down, then comes up, then more than likely it might come down. And then for me personally, if I was going to enter gold, I would wait till it breaks this level right around 24.41 before entering. Because if you were to, let's just say, enter right now underneath resistance, price could come up, come down, come up, come down, and now you're in this zone for who knows how long. So that's my thought process on that. Next one is Bonk. This one was brought up in a DM. And they were saying, man, I bought Bonk and it just went down. Like, what do I do? I said, okay, well, for me personally, if I was in this trade and it was up here somewhere, I would hold it. I mean, it looks good overall. We got a low, higher low, higher low. This is on the daily time frame. You know, could it come down? And I think this was a few days ago when it was up here. And sure enough, it did come down, but it's still maintaining above our 200 SMA. So because of that, it's still bullish. When your price action is underneath the 200 SMA, not good. Not good at all. When it's above it, it's good. All this does is shows you the momentum of the move. It shows you the momentum of the trade and the price action. So right now the price action is currently above the 200. So we're still in good shape. So I do like it. I do like it. Let's go to the next one. Gary. Of course, y'all know I don't like Gary. I did a deep dive on Gary and it was horrible. Absolutely horrible. Can you make money on this coin? Sure, why not? We were talking about it way over here back in February. And the people who would ask, there was like 2 or 3 who would ask me almost every show. And I guess they got tired of me saying it was trash. And it really is. This coin is trash. And sure enough, it did a pump. And I said, it's going to come down. Like, there's no doubt in my mind it's going to come down. I seriously doubt it's going to go up. Sure enough, came down. And then it's been coming down ever since. So that's my thought process on that one. This one, I don't know why we were looking at this one. Maybe, I'm pretty sure it was from a member or possibly a subscriber. I don't like this coin right now. It looks like it found its bottom. So could this potentially give you a lot of money? I don't know what it's about. Could it potentially give you a lot of money? Yeah, sure. Why not? You know, your first target, like 100%. Next target is 300%, 350. Next target, 500%. Now, depending on what this coin is, depends if you're going to see those gains or not. You know, could this be a coin that has no use case? Or how long ago was this coin done? Is there token unlocks? There's so many different questions to ask when entering a coin. But this one, let's just say you put $100 in, just kind of forgot about it. You check on it 8 months from now, or maybe 16 months. And who knows, this one could do a 20, maybe 50x. I don't know. But I don't know what the coin is, though. XRP has really surprised me. I'm not going to lie. XRP has really surprised me. It's holding the 59-cent range. When we saw this pump, for sure, I thought it was going to come down. For sure. And then we saw this next pump. I was like, oh, here it comes. It's going to come down to at least this level 49.16. And it's maintaining. It's really, really blown me out of the waters because I did not think that XRP was going to do this. So for me personally, I would not enter a short on XRP until it crosses 0.5747. And I'm really glad too, because I was going to enter a short once this started happening. But you might want to set an alert maybe right around 0.5547 for a possible short. Now, as far as a long goes, you could, what's the price range difference? 10%. Okay. So what I would do if I was thinking about going long on Bitcoin, so right now it's kind of in this box, in this zone. So I would wait for it to break above 64.76. And then I would have my alert set at 0.6778, which is right above these wicks. And then once your alert goes off, the 4-hour candle must close above 0.6476. That's what I do for XRP. This is the penguin one, right? I think this is the penguin meme. This one really hasn't done nothing. Granted, it hasn't dumped a whole bunch like all the others, but it's just boring. I don't know if people are still talking about this or what, but we have an alert way up here, which is roughly, I want to say like 40%. Yeah, 43%, 40%. And then for the break of this level, we're looking at about 18%. So if you were to enter this coin, again, none of this is financial advice. This is just for entertainment purposes. But if you were to enter this coin, I would do a tight stop loss. And the problem with this is that, like, you can do an entry. Let's say we were to enter right now. My stop loss would have to be 15%. Right underneath this right here. Let's go to 4-hour time frame. How's it look? I don't like the candle bodies. I don't know. I don't remember what the market cap is on this one, but just the candles, they don't look strong. They don't look healthy. This screams to me either low market cap or that people aren't just interested in this coin. So give you a heads up on that. Who's here, guys? Who's here? Put a one in the chat. Put a one in the chat if you are here. This one, I don't know what it is, but I don't like this one too. I don't like the candle bodies. And because of that, this is screaming to me that this is a very small market cap coin. I don't know about the project or anything like that. We went over Bonk, Pendle. Pendle looks okay. Let's see, this is a 4-hour time frame. Man, we had our thing way up here. YouTube target. Awesome. Let's see here. A ghost says, hey Joe, for entertainment purposes, could you take a look at DAG? Sure. They're cooking up something for the next bull cycle currently. Okay. So let's look at this. Let's go to here. DAG. All right, so this one was back in 2018. Okay. So in 2021, the height of the bull market, they got all the way up to about 45 cents. Then it's come down, you know, like all the other coins did. And then 2023, towards the end, just like most coins, they had a nice pump, which is good. Then 2024, another pump, which is good. Okay. So this tells me that the coin's okay. Market cap is 83. Take that off. Market cap is 83. Okay. 83 million. Let's see here. What else? From 3 years ago, it's down 93%. All right. Let's see here. So smart contracts, payments. Payments. Payments are boring, but let's check out their website. So build, did we look at this one already? I don't think so. Build application-specific networks for AI, data, DePIN, all the keywords, right? IoT, tokens. Okay. Let's see here. Our ecosystem partners, IBM, Uphold, big names, Helium. Okay. Introducing DTM Lite. Install, mine, earn, DOR. Okay. What's DTM Lite? Install, mine, what? Okay. Go from layer 0 to 60 in 3.2 seconds. Not playing. Let's see here. It says blah, blah, more words, probably important. Secure, decentralized. Okay, all the words that everybody else uses. Mainnet 2.0 has arrived. Ready, set, go. You never change things by fighting. Okay, blah, blah. Turn toys into tools for tomorrow. Okay. A whole bunch of nothing. What is it? I don't know. Did I miss it? Build application-specific networks. Okay, so it's buildings? Okay. I don't know what it is. Just, they said payments, though. Get out of here, brightness. Okay. Let's see here. Market cap is 88.6 million, according to this website. Fully diluted value is 103. The total supply, circulating supply, is 85.9, so 86. More than likely, they have this, the remainder for rewards, more than likely. But they're giving rewards with a different DOR. What is this? Is this a VPN? Is this a weather monitor? Is this an air quality control? What is this? Buy it. $400. The Door Traffic Miner is a battery-powered device designed to count people as they pass through any doorway. This compact and hardware can be placed in any doorway, providing a simple yet powerful solution for gathering foot traffic data. Okay. I'm positive. I'm absolutely 1,000,000% positive. You can get a $20 webcam, put it by the door, and there's software to where it tracks people, like, or it records, you know, because it shows the body. You can do it to where it's a zone, so you can do like the doorway. You can do like only for animals, cats and dogs, to where if people are walking by, it won't show them or record them, but when cats or dogs walk by, it'll record that particular instance. So because there's that technology, I'm almost 1,000,000% positive there's technology for that cheap little $20, not $400, $20 webcam to count people going in and out of the door. Maybe even have a separate counter, one for in, one for out. Not only that, I'm pretty sure, because it can see the features and everything, even have a duration. This person came in and left in 45 minutes. This other person came in and left in 2 minutes and 30 seconds. So I'm positive that they have that type of technology out there. Why would I want to spend $400 on this now granted, it's less hassle. You don't have to do anything. You just plug it and it does it. I don't like it. Like for me, this is useless. However, let's say I own a company and I'm not tech savvy and I want to know foot traffic. This would be the solution for that. But I'm trying to think. Like the only thing I can think of is maybe like department stores, grocery stores. But I don't know. I'm just trying to think of use cases, because that's one thing you want, a product that has a use case. So just kind of give you a heads up. I see here, DAG token, community. Let's look at their Twitter. I said the Twitter. Let's go to the Twitter. So they've been around for a long time. They have 80,000 followers. Not a lot, but decent. They're in California. Okay. Let's see. 300 developers joined the hackathon this week. Okay. Let's see here. Ian says, I'm super late today. Got carried away for Trump to speak. Yeah, same here. We're watching it, actually. We're waiting for him to speak. It's been like forever already. It's like, come on, man. Hurry up and talk. But yeah, I have it to where I actually have it muted right now. But if we turn this up.
Really, the internet becoming mainstream during that decade break.
But yeah, so we're just waiting. We are waiting. We're waiting. Yeah, I forgot all about him speaking. Oh, story time. So my phone that was broken last night, I was disassembling it. And I'm hoping that I didn't rip a ribbon, because that would like not be cool. You can kind of see. I'm hoping I'm just gonna, I'm trying to save money and something to do. But I'm gonna probably, hopefully I didn't oh, I think I did. Dang it. Now that I'm looking at it. And I need this phone to work because I shouldn't have messed with it last night. But I need this phone to work because this is how I can get into or withdraw funds from my exchange because of my 2FA key. So I'm kind of up a creek right now when it comes to that. And I was doing a bunch of YouTube videos on how to, what am I going to, oh, on how to do the 2FA, but it was like hours and hours and hours of nothingness. So all my money is on the exchange. Don't like it. All right, moving on. Speaking of stuff I don't like this coin. Can you make money? Yeah, sure. Why not? You can make money with anything. But let's look at the chart. Let's look at the chart. GAG. Joe, you should have an open mind. Well, I kind of do. Man, I got little pieces of glass too, all on my notebook. I was working on my, so I can have a surface, a white surface, so I can see all the stuff really good. And I got glass because my screen broke. Or rather, it was a broken. Let's see here. I don't like the price action. I really don't like the price action. What was the market cap on this? 83 million. I don't like the wicks. I don't like the candle bodies. This is all just a bot buying and selling, buying and selling, buying and selling. So it stays on the exchange, buying and selling, buying and selling. That's all it's doing, buying and selling, buying and selling. That's all it's doing. I don't like it. But putting my bias aside, can this coin make money? Yeah, sure, why not? Let's see here. When would I enter? When would I enter this coin? Okay. So I can already hear the comments. Joe, man, I just want your thought process on it. I don't want you to beat it up. Sorry. So I would set an alert. I would set an alert right here above these wicks. This will be my alert. And 4-hour candle must close above 0.032. I hate this. I need to close out all my windows, and then because I do this and it doesn't save it. But I don't want to save this because I don't want to save this layout. All right, you know what? Let me just do it. I don't even care. All right. So it needs to break up and maintain above this level right here. 4-hour time frame. I don't like this coin though. Tell you right now. Joe, do you like the coin? No. All right. I'm moving on. Let's see here. All right. Well, I think that's going to be the end of the show because, I mean, there's nothing really going on. I was hoping to see this, but let's go over some more coins just really fast. So, Floki. For Floki, it's not looking too hot. Ondo, I love Ondo. Ondo's not looking too hot. We have an alert right here. All these coins not looking hot. This one, I can already see all the pattern traders. This is a complex head and shoulders. You have a shoulder and a shoulder and a head and a shoulder and a shoulder, and then it's going to go to negative, whatever price. Yeah, so right now it's just dangerous. It's just dangerous trading right now. I was in a short. How's Bitcoin looking? Oh, Dumperoonie. Dumperooski. They started coming up. They're like, hey, Donald Trump's not talking yet. And then Dump City. Man, I would have been in profit. Dang it. And I just sold it too. Because I started seeing it come up. I was like, oh man, it's going to come up. It's going to probably come up to here, come back down, then forget it. And then, so I sold it right here. So at a loss. Dumb loss. And then sure enough, I'd be in profit. Isn't that always the way? Come on, dumb Bitcoin. It wasn't looking good too. The price action was above the 30 SMA. It's above the 9 SMA. And, it was above my level of support resistance. It was breaking above this. So everything's just bullish. Everything's screaming bullish. I had a green dot down here. Just everything's bullish. So I sell it. And it goes up. Oh, good. I made a good choice. Yep. Good choice. Great choice. And then, dang it. Oh, well. Man, I'm afraid this glass is going to get in my eyes. There's a lot of little shards from this dumb thing. Man, I think I did break it, though. kind of hard to see what it is. I don't know if it's a piece of plastic or a ribbon. I think it is a ribbon. Oh well. All my money's gone. I just gotta get with the exchange and then do the whole KYC thing. Oh. All right, guys. I think that's gonna be it for me. Unless y'all want another coin. Y'all want me to do another coin? I guess right now is your time. Oh wait, we weren't on that one. Joe. I do like Joe. But it's just coming down. Everything's coming down. You just gotta wait. Some look better than others. And then some of them I want to get into these. So here is LuxAlgo. These are the free ones. These are the top 3 that I like. I have the paid version. And if you can, get the paid version. And of course, the link's in the description. It's so much better. But I mean, if you can't afford it, here's the free ones. I'm all about free too. So here's the free ones. So definitely check that out. And then of course they have a bunch of other ones. But let's see here. What else? This one's bouncy, but anything can happen right now. So I would just set alerts. Like this one kind of looks good. Get out of here. Let's see. This was an inverse cup and handle, which would have put it way down here at negative $11. Let's see here. ArcBits, what's up, buddy? What is up? A Jazz, I guess, says the RSI is still bullish. Don't lose a level 33 on the 15-minute. Go up, Bitcoin. Let's go, Bitcoin. Let's see what you're talking about. What you talking about, Willis? 15-minute time frame. RSI is 38. See, bullish. So the RSI is bullish. So for me, for the RSI to be bullish, it has to be above the 50. So for the RSI, this relative strength index, RSI, it's a momentum indicator. So if it's above the 50, it's good. If it's below the 50, not so good. If it's above 70, it's doing really, really great. Now, granted, this is not an area where it's overbought and you sell. Don't ever do that. This is not an area of oversold and you buy. Don't ever do that. I buy overbought all the time. I never buy oversold because they can continue coming down. Right now, the RSI is curving up, but this moves as a result of what's happening to the chart. So this could easily come down again and then point up and then point down and then point up. So if it's underneath the 50, it's because it's momentum, not doing too hot. And right now it's still underneath the 50. It was above the 50 right in this area and it started coming down. Same thing with the moving averages. With the moving averages, this is just the average candle body closes. So the average closes for the 200 is right in this area. It's not a magnet. It's not support resistance. It's the average candle closes. Here. But yeah. If Bitcoin does go up, if it does go up, you know, this is our zone that we need it to come down. Like it doesn't get any more blunt than that. Like it needs to come down. If we do, the 4-hour time frame. If price action comes into this zone, we need it to come down, and more than likely when it comes down, it's going to come down hard like this, and then continue like this, and then maybe come up and down, and then continue like this. Because what it's doing is everybody's going to start getting bullish. Everybody's going to start opening longs because now we're going to 100K, and it's just going to dump city. And there's a lot of sell orders right at 71.9, and then even more at 73.7. And this is how it always happens. Like these levels right here, like as soon as we get into it, it might look bullish and fake everybody out, and then just dump. But appreciate you guys smashing the likes. Thank you guys. You guys are the best. You're the best. Oh, what happened to Bitcoin? Is it loading? What happened? Let me refresh it. Did we get bamboozled? Okay, we didn't get bamboozled. Hey, what's going on? Why is it loading? Ooh, we got bamboozled. We got bamboozled. Oh, okay, everybody's putting comments. Internet's broken. Sell. Everybody's saying sell, sell, sell. Let me bring this up for you. You can see it. Everybody's saying sell, sell, sell. Jokesters. Everybody sell, sell. The event's been a disaster. That's funny. Trump save the planet. Well, that is hilarious. Hilarious. Stream problems. Man, that chat is going really fast. Good Lord. But it was funny, as soon as it said internet problems, everybody started saying, it's just sell, 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 sell. Let's see what happens. 5-minute time frame. Man, but I had a short. It's okay. He's just standing there while they play a patriotic song. Oh, what channel are you watching it on? Oh, Fox News Live. And
Hezbollah looks like. And it's just things that won't happen. I mean, just get to respect us. They have to respect. They cannot do this. They cannot do this. What they did just now with that attack is terrible. Just happened. And so to all, God bless everybody. This is so serious. They have to respect our country. This would never have happened with us. And we just cannot let it continue. So we just wish them all a lot of luck. This happened to us as I'm walking on the stage. Most of you have heard about it, but it's a terrible thing. But I'm thrilled to be here in Nashville to become the first American president ever to address a Bitcoin event anywhere in the world. Anywhere in the world. I want to thank David, special guy. You know, this whole love affair sort of started. David, about 4 months ago, was at LuxAlgo. I took a picture with him. I mean, he's a nice-looking guy. He's okay. He's out here someplace. But I took a picture. It got published, Trump and David Bailey. All of a sudden, your industry went through the roof. So, David, congratulations. Whatever the hell you do, you did a hell of a job. But as well as all of the Bitcoin luminaries and legends here, you have a legends in this room. They really are. Congratulations. Would the legends please stand up? Oh, everyone's standing anyway. That's nice. I used to say, sit down, everybody, sit down. But it's nice when they stand, including Tyler and Cameron. Do you know who that is? Winklevoss. These are great guys. They look like male models with a brain, you know? They're male models with a big, beautiful brain. Michael Saylor is here. Kathy Wood. Ron Paul and Rand Paul are here. Vivek is here. Vivek Ramaswamy. Where's Vivek? Where are you, Vivek? There he is. He's great. A man that I call Bob, but you probably know him as Kid Rock. Where's Kid Rock? Where is he? He's great. He's a good guy and a talented guy and another talented guy. He was so incredible, this one. He went and he played at the funeral of a great fireman who was killed, fire chief, killed a week and a half ago at the rally. And Billy Ray Cyrus went and played music for the family, and it was supposed to be so incredible. I've heard so many things about it. And Billy Ray Cyrus is here. Where's Billy Ray? He's around here someplace. And he's great. He's a conservative guy. Said, how did you get such a liberal daughter? How did that happen, Billy Ray? And by the way, Kid Rock was incredible at the convention. You probably saw him. You saw him? He was great. He was great. Another one, Jake Paul. You don't want to fight this guy. You know, you don't want to fight. He's got a big fight coming with Mike Tyson, but he's glad he didn't fight Mike when Mike was 19. He told me that today. But he's a fantastic guy, very talented guy in a lot of ways. Governor Joe Lombardo, who's fantastic, and we're doing well in his state. And he's going to make sure that there's no hanky-panky going on. And if that happens, we're going to win his great state. But you know who he is, and he's a fantastic governor. Senators Bill Hagerty, Marsha Blackburn, Cynthia Lummis, Tim Scott. And Tim was great. Boy, I'll tell you, he was such a strong voice for me. He was on so many shows and did such a great job during the primaries. He was incredible. I want to thank him. Special guy. They're all special people. They're warriors. Tommy Tuberville. You know Tommy Tuberville, senator from Alabama. And you have many members of Congress, Andy Ogles, Thomas Massey, John Rose, Mark Green and French Hill, and the next U.S. Senator from Ohio. I hear he's doing very well, Bernie Moreno. Where is Bernie? I hear Bernie's doing well. The great Laura Loomer. Some of you know Laura. She's a fantastic person, great woman. And a tremendous developer from New York and Florida, one of the best, Steve Witkoff. And he's got his son Alex with him today. That's an incredible family, development family. They've been supporters from the beginning. Howard Lutnick, Cantor Fitzgerald, incredible, one of the truly brilliant men of Wall Street, and a whole group of his distinguished guests and a lot of our distinguished guests. We have a lot of other people here, and I won't bother anymore. That's enough, because we have to talk about crypto. We have to talk about Bitcoin. We have to talk about all these great companies. But our country is blessed to have the extraordinary talent, energy, and genius represented in this room. It really is great genius. Not all of you, but most of you, many of you. But this is the kind of spirit that built America, and this is the spirit that's going to help us make America great again. That's what we're doing. I stand before you today filled with respect and admiration for what the Bitcoin community has achieved. It's incredible, actually. I sort of say to my sons, it's like incredible because they know so much about it. They're so aware of it, much more so than people that are a little bit older. But I say this is the steel industry of 100 years ago. It really is. I think you're just in your infancy. I can see it happening. In just 15 years, Bitcoin has gone from merely an idea posted anonymously on an internet message board to being the 9th most valuable asset anywhere in the world. Can you believe that? Is that right? It's a big deal. Think of that. It's already bigger than ExxonMobil. Soon it will be surpassing the entire market cap of silver. It's not bad. How about gold? How about gold? Let's go gold. And one day it probably will overtake gold, but based on the way it's going now, it could very well be a possibility. There's never been anything like it, and I don't think you've ever seen anything like it. And most people have no idea what the hell it is. You know that, right? So what happens when they figure it out? That's going to really be something. Bitcoin is not just a marvel of technology. As you know, it's a miracle of cooperation and human achievement and a lot of relationships that are formed. I just did a meeting, a roundtable with a lot of the leaders, and it's amazing. There's a great camaraderie. It's really interesting. There's competition, but there's a relationship. There's a friendship that's developed with a lot of these people. I noticed it. I don't usually see that too often. I see the opposite, actually. They want to get each other. They want to kill each other. These guys have a great feeling. Very smart people, too. Congratulations on all that you've accomplished. This room is amazing. The people in this room, high IQ individuals. I'm running against a low IQ individual, her. I'm not even talking about him, her. I got a low IQ individual. The reason I've come to address the Bitcoin community today can be summed up in two very simple words: America first. Because if we don't do it, China's going to be doing, others are going to be doing it. Let's do it and do it right. My vision is for an America that dominates the future. We have the best economy, the highest standard of living, the safest, the most beautiful cities. And by the way, when I say safest, our cities are going to hell right now. Our cities are going to hell. We're going to fix our cities. We're going to work with Democrats that have destroyed our cities, but we'll work with them, and we're going to get our cities back. We're going to bring our country back. And we really were the freest and the most ambitious, most dynamic nation ever to exist on Earth, and we're going to get that back again because we're not there now. We're a nation in decline. You know it. We know it. Doesn't sound nice, but it's okay because we're going to bring it back. We're going to bring it back fast. Right now, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing what's happened. Even today, when you look at what we just said, that would never have happened if they respected our country. If we don't embrace crypto and Bitcoin technology, China will, other countries will, they'll dominate. And we cannot let China dominate. They are making too much progress as it is. And we want them to be successful. I don't want China to be successful, but we have to be the most successful. That's what's going to happen. I want the United States to be first in technology, first in science, first in manufacturing, first in artificial intelligence, and first in space. You know, at MIT, my uncle was a professor there, Dr. John Trump. He would have fit in with this room very nicely, actually. That's why I mention it. And I believe he was the longest serving professor in the history of MIT. He graduated. We have a very intelligent family, actually. He graduated tremendously. I think he has 3 different degrees, but they said, would you like to stay on, John, and be a professor? Well, I've got a lot of offers, I assume he said, but I've got a lot of offers. Well, he was there for, I believe, 41 years. When I was in the White House, the head of MIT came to see me, and they presented me with a book on my uncle. He was a legendary guy in the academic world and in the world of MIT. So I understand a lot about what you're doing, and I have great respect for highly intelligent people. And you are highly intelligent. America's destiny is to lead our rivals in everything and to surrender our industries to no one, You know, some of you are involved with AI, but you also have the same thing. You need a thing called electricity. You need a lot of electricity. You know, AI needs to be really dominant. And China can do it much easier.
Are we seeing a dump before the pump? Possible.
You need tremendous
Like when we see in the CPI and the PPI meetings? Possible.
electricity of the entire electricity that we have right now in the United States to dominate. And we'll get that done. Who would think we can get that done? But we're going to get it done. We'll be having power plants built at the sites. We'll be releasing people from certain ridiculous requirements. And we'll be using fossil fuel to make electricity because we're going to have to. We'll be using nuclear. We'll be doing it in an environmentally friendly way. But we will be creating so much electricity that you'll be saying, please, please, President, we don't want any more electricity. We can't stand it. You'll be begging me, no more electricity, sir. We have enough. We have enough. You know, in the Midwest, they just opened, it was very interesting, they just opened up 2 chargers, you know, a charger for the electric cars. And you know, I love Elon. He's great. He endorsed me and great endorsement and everything else. But not everybody has to have an electric car. I told him that. So we're going to get rid of that mandate, if you don't mind. Some people want gasoline-propelled cars. Some people want a hybrid. And some people like an electric car. They're great. I think they're great. I think what he's done is great. And I think he understands it. I guess he probably wouldn't have endorsed me. He knows where I am in this. But he did. And it's just like they did these chargers in the Midwest. There are 8 of them. They spent $9 billion to build 8 chargers to charge up a car. And at that rate, it would cost approximately $12 trillion to put the chargers around. Somehow that's not working. The country would have to file for Chapter 11. We'll do a chapter, you know, it's called Chapter 7 instead of a Chapter 11, but it's the equivalent. No, we have to use our brain. We have to be, we are the party of common sense, okay? We have to have common sense. But what we do have to do is we have to produce tremendous electric.
You all see this gap right here? Got a gap on the 5-minute.
Get it produced, and we're going to get it produced fast, or we're not going to be able to compete with China and other countries. So we're going to get it produced fast. This afternoon, I'm laying out my plan to ensure that the United States will be the crypto capital of the planet and the Bitcoin superpower of the world, and we'll get it done. If crypto is going to define the future, I want to be mined, minted, and made in the USA. It's going to be. It's not going to be made anywhere else. And if Bitcoin is going to the moon, as we say, it's going to the moon, I want America to be the nation that leads the way. And that's what's going to happen. No, you're going to be very happy with me. You're going to be so happy. You're going to say he's the greatest guy. That's why I'm proud to be the first major party nominee in American history to accept donations in Bitcoin and crypto. And they've made a lot of them, I might tell you, and I appreciate it. Since we made that announcement on May 21st, we have already raised $25 million, much of it in Bitcoin, crypto, and others that are very, very good also. But as you know, our excitement about the future of Bitcoin and crypto could not be more difficult from the approach of our opponents. Can't be, look, our opponents have gone a difficult route. They're going old-fashioned stuff. We're going to take it right down the middle. We are so different from anybody else in terms of a campaign. First of all, we understand it. They don't understand it. They are blocking your path. They're blocking your way. But I've made it a lot easier for you because the SEC has been very, very tough on you. And now they see that you've embraced me. All of a sudden, people that were under investigation, they're being let go. They're saying, oh, no, we don't want to do that. We love crypto. Let me tell you, if they win this election, every one of you will be gone. They will be vicious. They will be ruthless. They will do things that you wouldn't believe. But right now, because of me, they're leaving you alone. So please say thank you, President Trump. Thank you very much. And the reason they're doing that is I've heard from some of your great geniuses that talk to me about this subject. I've heard from Vivek. 175 million people in some form are involved with this world of crypto and Bitcoin and all of the others, 175 million. So when they heard that, they said, let's be nice to them, at least until after the election. So I've taken a lot of pressure off a lot of people. A lot of people are very happy today that about 3 months ago weren't so thrilled. For 3.5 years, is that right? Look, he just said that's right. And you know it's right. For 3.5 years, the current administration has waged a war on crypto and Bitcoin like nobody's ever seen before. For those who work in this industry, they target your banks, they choke off your financial services. Have people seen that? Yes? Yeah, they have. Plenty of hands up. They block ordinary Americans from transferring money to your exchanges. They slander you as criminals. But that happened to me too, because I said the election was rigged. He said the election was rigged. He should spend the rest of his life in jail for making that statement. Of course, they say it about us, and it's okay, right? No. And by the way, we're doing very well in the election. You know, we lost a candidate recently, Crooked Joe Biden. And I thought, we lost this wonderful person. You know, he's actually a terrible human being, if you want to know the truth, so don't feel sorry. And we have another he's a worse human being, but, and I sort of made an analogy last night. Last night, think of this, I was speaking in front of a very powerful and very strong, very religious group, Christians, evangelicals, Christians. And then today I come in front of Bitcoin, and now I'm going to Minnesota to do a rally. You think my life is so great, don't you, huh? But I cover a lot of territory. I go from religion to Bitcoin to a rally. And I don't get it mixed up like other people do. Where they come out and they say, may God bless everybody involved in the Bitcoin world. But actually, we mean that because you need blessing, because you've got to do something very spectacular. But we had an incredible time last night talking to Christians, largely Christians, a Christian group. And this is so great. And then we have a very big rally in Minnesota. Hasn't been one since 1972. Richard Nixon, can you believe it? And I think we're leading Minnesota, but there's some hanky-panky that goes on in Minnesota, but I think we're doing good. So we're going to leave here. We're going to go there for a big rally, but this is such an honor to be with you. Sadly, when we see the attacks on crypto, it's a part of a much larger pattern that's being carried out by the same left-wing fascists who weaponize government against any threat to their power. They've done it to me. Did you see I just won the big case in Florida? Thank you very much. The big case. Thank you very much. Now, it's a big case. That was the document case. I have Presidential Records Act on my side. Biden didn't. By the way, Biden, they said, here's what they said. They said, he's guilty as hell, but we're not going to charge him because he's incompetent. I won the case the old-fashioned way. It's called you win. I wouldn't have wanted to win the way he won. Trump won the case because they called him incompetent. Think of this. So they called him incompetent. So he's incompetent to run for trial, to stand trial, but he's not incompetent to run the country. How does that work? But he's not doing it anymore because he didn't do particularly well in the debate. Did anybody watch the debate? Not too many people. Somebody said to me, you did horribly in the debate. I said, why? He said, because there's no way he can continue forward. That's how bad he was. I said, I understand that, and that's exactly what happened, actually. We had a great debate. It was a tremendous debate, actually, and since then, hey, look, you have to open the eyes. You have to see what's going on. We have a country to run. The problem is that Kamala is worse than Joe, is worse. She's a radical left lunatic, defund the police, all of the different things. And so far she's got a little honeymoon going on right now. But when people hear about her, and she's against crypto, by the way, and she's against it very big. So I just want to let you know, you got to get out. You got to get out and vote. It should be no surprise that these same totalitarians are hell-bent on crushing crypto and obliterating, and that's what they want to do, and that's what they are stated. Well, I mean, they're there right now. You have the SEC, you know what they're doing, obliterating Bitcoin. The reason could not be more clear, because Bitcoin stands for freedom, sovereignty, and independence from government, coercion, and control. The Biden-Harris administration's repression of crypto and Bitcoin is wrong, and it's very bad for our country. It's really quite un-American. As you know, 6 days ago, we officially defeated the worst president in the history of the United States. I believe he was the worst president in the history of the United States. Think of it. Millions and millions of people have come into our country. They've come in from jails. They've come in from, think of it, insane asylums, mental institutions. They've come in as terrorists. We have the largest number of terrorists coming into our country right now. The same people that you just heard about from Israel, that did that in Israel, they're coming in and nobody checks them. Nobody knows what's going on. We have no idea what's going on. They've lost control of our country, and only bad things can happen. So it's not going to be that way. We're not going to let that happen. We're beating them, and we're beating them badly, and we have to make sure that we do. We need to do it for our country. And you can't just be a fighter and have your man lose the fight, or woman, but in this case, a man. He's losing the fight. He's down by 15, 16, 17 points. They say that you're not going to win, Joe. You got to get out. He didn't want to get out. He said, I'm not getting out. He said, you're getting out. He said, I'm not getting out. I got 14 million votes. I'm not getting out. They said, if you're not getting out, we're going to institute the 25th Amendment on your mental competence. He said, like I said before, I think I'm going to get out. Okay? And they got him out. But it's like, think of this. You fight, you're in a campaign. You spend a lot of money, a lot of time, a lot of effort, and he's losing. And then they say, let's take him out of the fight. We'll put a new fighter in there. The new fighter is her, probably my second choice. He will always be my first choice, but she'd be my second choice. And again, if we don't win this race, and I know you're not that political, but you have to be political because your whole thing, I mean, you have a lot of politics involved in what you do. If we don't win this race, this country could be finished as we know it. This country is going to be in bad shape, and we have to be in there. We have to fight, and we have to win. And I pledge to the Bitcoin community that the day I take the oath of office, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris's anti-crypto crusade will be over. It will end. It'll be done. It'll be done. The moment I'm sworn in, the persecution stops and the weaponization ends against your industry. And as long as I'm in the Oval Office, Elizabeth Warren, Pocahontas, do you remember? Yes, I'm an Indian. She said, I'm an Indian. Why are you an Indian? You don't look like an Indian. No, my mother told me I have high cheekbones. Oh, that's why she was an Indian. So I named her Pocahontas. Elizabeth Warren and her goons, and she's very nasty to you. She hates your people. She hates everything about you, will keep their hands off Bitcoin. They're going to keep their hands off crypto. They're going to let it grow. We're going to let it grow. On day one, I will fire Gary Gensler and appoint a new SEC chairman.
Bitcoin's going to go through the roof now. Bitcoin's going through the roof. Yeah. Good.
I didn't know he was that unpopular. Wow. I didn't know he was that unpopular. Let me say it again. On day one, I will fire Gary Gensler.
Let's go, Bitcoin. Let's go.
Whoa.
You know, that's going to be clipped everywhere. Oh, man, that's great. That's great news.
And we'll appoint a new SEC chairman who believes America should build the future, not block the future, which is what they're doing. And Kamala Harris wants to make him Treasury Secretary. That's not good. That's not good. He was Hillary Clinton's finance person. Did you know that? Crooked Hillary. Remember Crooked Hillary? Do you remember her? Anybody remember? He was the finance chairman of Hillary Clinton's campaign against a gentleman known as Donald Trump. Not a popular person within the... Actually, she came to my wedding. Do you know that? To our great First Lady, Melania. She came to our wedding, and Bill came to our wedding. But it's amazing things when you run for office, a lot of things change in your life. A lot of things change. As president, I will immediately shut down Operation Choke Point 2.0. They want to choke you. They want to choke you out of business. We're not going to let that happen. And no longer will your government sit by and watch as Bitcoin jobs and businesses flee to other countries because America's laws are too unclear and too tough and too angry and too stiff. We will keep each and every Bitcoin job in the United States of America. That's what we're going to be doing. Upon taking office, I will immediately appoint a Bitcoin and crypto presidential advisory council. Would anybody like to be on that particular council? Please raise your hand. Their task will be to design transparent regulatory guidance for the benefit of the entire industry, and they will get it done in 100 days. We will have regulations, but from now on, the rules will be written by people who love your industry, not hate your industry, people that want to make it clear and simple, straightforward and fair, people that want to see your industry thrive, not dive. Next, I will immediately order the Treasury Department and other federal agencies to cease and desist all steps necessary because, you know, there's a thing going on in your industry. They want to move the creation of a central bank digital currency. It's over. Forget it. CBDC. There will never be a CBDC while I'm president of the United States. And I will always defend the right to self-custody. Self-custody. You're going to have a great industry. You're going to have a great industry, and we're going to be fuel for your industry, not demolish your industry. America will once again be a nation that protects property rights, privacy, freedom of transaction, freedom of association, and freedom of speech. We're going to change we're going to go back to the old days when we were a nation that was building, not a nation that was eating itself alive from within. As part of our effort to provide regulatory clarity, we will create a framework to enable the safe and responsible expansion of stable coins. Do you know what a stable coin is? Does anybody know? Please raise your hand. Allowing us to extend the dominance of the U.S. dollar to new frontiers all around the world. America will be richer, the world will be better, and there will be billions and billions of people brought into crypto economy and storing their savings in Bitcoin. So that's pretty much the way it is. Those who say that Bitcoin is a threat to the dollar have the story exactly backwards. I believe it is exactly backwards. Bitcoin is not threatening the dollar. The behavior of the current U.S. government is really threatening the dollar. The danger to our financial future does not come from crypto. It comes from Washington, D.C. It comes from trillions of dollars in waste, rampant inflation, and open borders while giving welfare and free health care to all of the illegal aliens that are pouring into our country by the millions and millions and millions. It comes from printing hundreds of billions of dollars to fund endless wars overseas while our cities are like combat zones here at home. 2 weeks ago in Chicago, 117 people were shot and 17 died. Afghanistan doesn't have anything like that. You know, you think about tough places. Look at what's happening with our cities. What's happening in the last 3 years, last 3.5 years. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. Think of it. 117 over 4th of July weekend. 117 people were shot and 17 died. This is the United States of America? I don't think so. By the way, when I was president, we had no wars. We had no new wars. We didn't start it. Remember when Hillary said, he'll start wars. Look at his personality. No, I said, my personality will keep us out of wars. But we finished off some of the old ones like ISIS, which they said would take 5 years to do, maybe more. We did it in 4 weeks. We beat ISIS in 4, because we have a great military. And it's not a woke military, by the way. Maybe some of the people on top are woke, but this is not a woke. I got to see that first when I looked at what they did and what they did for me. They were unbelievable. They did things that nobody thought were possible. Our real generals and our soldiers, there's no woke. They're trying to get them to be woke, but these people are not going to go woke. I can guarantee you that. With your support this November, we will restore confidence and we will restore common sense to our nation's capital. Because ultimately, it is about, it's not, are you conservative? Are you liberal? Are you progressive? They like progressive. It sounds so nice, right? It'll destroy our country. It's actually become a terrible word. It'll destroy our country. But it's not about that. It's about common sense. We want to bring common sense back in. This is all common sense that we're talking about today. And Bitcoin and crypto will skyrocket like never before, even beyond your expectations. And you are the people that are doing it. As we stop the war on crypto, we will immediately, and we'll do this very quickly, begin to build our economy, because when America is prospering, Bitcoin is soaring, and it'll go up with it. We had the greatest economy ever, and we will soon have it again. Under the Trump administration, the typical middle-class family income rose by $6,000 a year. People don't like mentioning that. America had more money to save than at any time in many decades. As a result, during my 4 years in office, now you have to listen to these numbers. These numbers are like beautiful. And I don't want to repeat myself. Listen to these numbers. As a result, during my 4 years in office, Bitcoin surged by 3,900% from $898 the day I took office to $35,900 the day I left. That was the biggest jump, I guess, in just about any industry. Think of that. Now compare that to just after 3.5 years of Biden and Harris, adjusted for inflation, Bitcoin is up 50%. Now, 50% sounds good, but not when you're comparing it to almost 4,000%, right? 50%. You know, normally you'd say, oh, that sounds pretty good. Let's not put that into the speech. No, 50% is not good. When people can't afford groceries or rent, they have no savings to store in Bitcoin. This administration caused the biggest inflation in the history of our country. And that's what's happened. Our people are being wiped out. From the very first day we take back the White House, we will replace the Biden-Harris economic stagnation with a brand new Trump economic boom. You're going to have a tremendous boom. You know, you have a lot of great analysts out there. Scott, I'm talking about you, Scott, one of the greatest of all, and others that say the stock market's going up because they think Trump is going to be elected. And if Trump isn't elected, this country's going to go into a recession the likes of what you had in 1929. And I hope that's not true, but I can understand it, and I can understand what they're saying. The stock market gain, they think, is because looks like we're going to win the election. And I don't know what's going to happen with the election. You know, they cheat like hell, and I don't know what's going to happen. But if we win it, this country is going to be boomtown. It's going to be booming like it never boomed before. The current administration's economic plan includes trillions in new spending and $5 trillion tax hikes. They want to increase taxes by $5 trillion. They want the expiration of the Trump tax cuts to take place. They want a wealth confiscation tax so that when you make all of your money that you're going to make and all of the people you're going to employ, they want to take away your money in the form of a first-time ever tax and a gigantic capital gains tax that will exceed substantially in many states over 50%. My plan is the opposite. We will lift the workers and we will create savers out of so many people, and we will reward success. We will not punish success. They want to punish success. They want to punish genius. Not going to let that happen. I will make the Trump tax cuts permanent and deliver massive tax cuts for families and individuals and businesses that produce jobs. That includes no tax on tips. You know that, right? Going to get rid of the tax on tips. I will cut unnecessary and burdensome regulations, fight every day to make America the best place on earth to build a business, including a crypto business. It's going to be the best place. You're not going to have to go to China. You're not going to have to learn, gee, how do I learn Chinese? I want to learn it very quickly. I have a little granddaughter that speaks fluent Chinese. Can you believe it? And it's a wonderful thing, but it's not easy, but you're not going to have to do it. Most importantly, for our citizens, we will end the inflation nightmare that this administration has created, and we will end it quickly. It's got to end. It's destroying our country. You know, inflation is a country buster. You can go back many, many years to Germany, and you look at what happened to Germany during their huge period of inflation, destroyed the country. It's a country buster. The Bitcoiners, and I say to you that you recognize the dangers of inflation long before most others did. You understood inflation, frankly, better than anybody else. You know that, don't you? If only they had listened. They didn't listen to you. They didn't listen to you. The trillions of dollars in ridiculous waste approved by our opponents resulted in the very inflation disaster that Bitcoiners had always predicted. 20, 30, and even 40% of the value of every dollar was wiped out and wiped out quickly. You understood that, but a lot of other people didn't. The life savings of millions of Americans was rapidly...
All right, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and end the show. Let's see what happens with Bitcoin. I gotta do other stuff, guys. I would love to sit here. I'll be listening to this in the background, but I got other things I got to do. But I do thank you guys very much. We'll do this again tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll go over some charts. We'll go over some coins. We'll potentially make some money. See how it goes. All right, guys. I do thank you so much. This is TradeIntuition, and we'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Whoa. Hey, get out of here. Get out of here.
Your secrets sounding like a little girl pushing 50, still ain't crypto rich, probably lit. That's a basement, just face it. You a shade trader, just face it. You a shade trader, just face it. You a shade trader, just face it.